Salute and thank you, Nerd Soul. Oh yeah, lay ill kid at one yo. So holding it down, bringing that street geek and Nerd Soul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go. That's right. We talking about some comics today, and I couldn't be happier. We are talking about 133 Arts, One Nation, Arc One Omnibus. We getting a whole big old hardcover, and you know I love hardcovers. Can't wait to get it because you know I'm gonna back that Kickstarter. But this is not well. It is related to it, but not for the Kickstarter itself. Jason sent out an email to all of the people that are that pre-backed the back of the Kickstarter or whatever. Anyway, I did that. So anyway, it says, "Hi, Jason here for 133 Art. I just have a quick question. What excites you most about comics, and why is it cover to cover in the pages of One Nation Omnibus Arc 1? Huh?" So I'll say I'll answer this first. The first question, which is what excites me most about comics. What excites me most about comics now is kind of similar to what it was when I was a younger man and also a little boy, is just being able to dive into these different worlds, these fantastical worlds, and see these beautiful images, these amazing fight scenes, these heroes saving people, and doing these like magical, mystical, uh, incredible feats of strength and love and heroism and hope. And that I always loved that. I always, ever since I was younger, enjoyed and was intrigued by the battle between good and evil, and triumphing against evil and being able to save folks and do what's right. I've always loved that. And the thing that I like most about this, as far as it being in cover to cover in One Nation, is as I've gotten further along in my journey with reading comics, whether it's DC, Marvel, Valiant, whatever, I don't know, Dark Horse, whatever it is, I've started to look for things that are off the beaten path, that are not your kind of garden variety Spider-Man stuff. And don't get me wrong, I guess still got love for Miles, Peter, all that, but things that are a little bit off the beaten path, because in many cases things that are like indie books, or maybe published by the big two but still from an indie creator, they seem to give us a little different spice than maybe our main line, say Batman or Justice League or whatever it is. And then on top of that, this is a indie book that is dope, that is about black people, and it's from a black creator, and it's black owned, and it's also someone that I know. So first of all, I'll say Jason is one of the main reasons that I read One Nation, not only because I like know him personally and got like so much love for him, his talent, his family. Like, Jason's just an awesome person. And Jason, if you're seeing this, you are an awesome person. But just setting that aside for a second, all of that like cool attitude and viewpoints and perspective is placed into One Nation, which is a book about a team. I don't know how much I can give away, but I mean, the book is out, but what I'm saying, or the books are out. So One Nation follows kind of one main character, Paragon, and then also a team of heroes that aren't directly linked to him, at least not at first, without giving too much away. And an organization called the 10th Foundation, and it's just black people saving people, but not in the way people are normally saved. And I love that about it. And they're dealing with, it's set in the 90s, and they're dealing with issues that really affect us here on Main Street and not so much about Wall Street. And I dig that. Um, so back to the thing that I love about One Nation, and what makes me read One Nation, what makes me back this Kickstarter is that Jason is cool. I like him. We relate on a lot of things. I love his perspective on a lot of stuff. We've sat and kind of rewrote. I mean, shoot, we sat and rewrote the prequels and all different movies and stuff. And like, I just love bouncing off, just writing ideas from him, and it's just fun. He's an awesome artist. His books are well drawn. He's an awesome writer. His books are well written. And then I also like the subject matter that it's about. But then you take all of that, you swirl it together with someone that you dig. This person writes dope stuff that you also like. You like superhero stuff. It's just a slam dunk for me. And One Nation shows black people saving black people when they are in trouble, regardless of whether it's a natural disaster or whether it's a disaster of white supremacy. And I dig it on so many levels. It's just dope. And the One Nation omnibus arc is going to be 300 plus pages. I can't wait to have it in my hands. I've read it, but to be able to read it in this in this format is going to be awesome. Premium format is, I'm just digging it. So I guess the last thing that I would say to answer your question, Jason, since you emailed me, Jason emailed everybody. He ain't think about, but anyway, the last thing I would say is that if the 10th foundation existed in real life, I would be a part of it, or I would want to be a part of it. It would be something I'd be like, man, I got to get to California, or I want to see if I can open up a chapter over here in Virginia. You know what I'm saying? It's like, cause the 10th foundation is just awesome, and you got black people saving black people, man. People, like the real people that's on the street, people that, you and I, they saving us. It's not just about, when aliens come through, they dealing with the people on the street that's going through, their everyday issues and struggles and problems. When, just like the street level heroes, when you got, aliens coming from the sky, ain't nobody thinking about Daquan on 7th Street, you know what I'm saying? But somebody got to think about him, you know what I'm saying? So I dig that. I dig the globe-trotting nature of the heroes, where they can be in the U.S. or any state in the U.S. They can be over in Europe. They can be down in South America. They get, back and forth. The story spans the globe, and in a good way. And it deals with geopolitical issues. It deals with internal politics of black people. It's just dope. It just is dope. And that's why I'm backing the project. That's why I love, this comic, this specific comic of One Nation. And I guess that's a little bit of why I like, comics in general. I like, to see the struggle against the evil. I say, as a sidebar in general, I don't think that okay, this not to get too preachy with y'all, but the good book says to hate evil, to always fight against it. And I don't know, I feel like in this world that there's not enough people that hate evil. And if there are, it don't seem like they fighting against it. And if they all are fighting against it and they all do hate evil, it don't seem like we winning. We need some help. So when we read comics, I'm able to see people struggle against the evil, fight against the evil, and overcome it. And I think this is the base level why I love comics, man. But seeing One Nation, seeing it shine, seeing it come into Kickstarter, 300 plus pages, come on, I can't wait, man. Look, if y'all don't know about One Nation, check it out. Go to 133art.com. This is Jason didn't ask me to do this. I just saw the email and I was like, I gotta make a video because Jason, you're awesome. Like, the book is awesome. All the people that have written on it, whether it's like Alvin Ball, he's awesome. Like Robert Jeffrey, He's dope. Like, man, come on. Like, there's no way I'm not supporting this thing. There's no way I cannot wait to see it in a premium format. So, of course, guys, holla at me. I'm gonna holla at you down in them comments. Tell me if you know about OneNation, and if you don't, tell me what you know after you've gone to 133art.com and check them out. So, yeah, until next time, y'all stay real, and don't forget, you are charged to struggle against evil, fight against evil. You know what I'm saying? Hate evil. You know what I'm saying? Love what is good. Yeah. Yeah. That's what heroes do. Peace.